Geometry 1, Chapter 4 Test, Topic 11. You should be able to draw a new figure or give the new points when given either an image or points and a scale factor. So basically you need to be able to apply a scale factor. So the first example, graph triangle ABC where A is 3, 0, B is 2, negative 1, and C is negative 3, 2. Then use the scale factor K equals 2 to graph the image after the enlargement. So first thing, plot the points A, B, and C. 3, 0. The first number is how far left or right you go. The second number is how far up or down you go. So 3, 0 means we go right 3, up or down 0 to get A. Point B, 2, negative 1 means you go right 2, down 1 to get B. And point C is negative 3, that means left 3, positive 2 is up 2. Point C. And we get this shape here, triangle A, B, C. Now we need to use a scale factor of K equals 2 to graph the image after the enlargement, to graph A prime, B prime, and C prime after a scale factor of K equals 2. Well, what K equals 2 means is that for every point A, B, and C, we need to take both the X and the Y values and multiply them by K equals 2. Multiply both the X and the Y by a value of 2. So A prime, if you take both of these values and multiply them by 2, 3 times 2 is 6, 0 times 2 is 0. B prime, take both of these numbers and multiply by multiply by 2, the scale factor. So 2 times 2 is 4, negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Take the values of C and multiply them by K equals 2. So negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. 2 times 2 is 4. We now have the A prime, B prime, and C prime. All we have to do is graph them. So A prime 6, 0. It's out here. B prime 4, negative 2. It's right here. And C prime negative 6, 4. All the way up here, quadrant 2. And then we can connect them to get our new triangle. A prime, B prime, C prime. Now in this case, the triangles do overlap just a little bit. The reason for that is because of them being so close to the origin, that the origin doesn't change much, so it stays kind of where it is. It's not always going to happen. Sometimes they're two completely separate shapes, but in this case there's overlap. That's not a problem. We multiplied correctly by 2, so we're good. Now you might also be asked to do the same thing, but with only points. So find the points A prime, B prime, and C prime obtained after the scale factor of K equals 1/2, when A is 6, 2, B is 2, negative 1, and C is negative 3, 2. We're going to handle this one the same way as before. The only difference is we don't have to graph them this time. So it's actually faster. We take A, B, and C, and they're going to create A prime, B prime, and C prime. Now the scale factor is 1/2. The difference between a scale factor of 2 and a scale factor of 1/2 is whether the image, image and pre-image, whether it's a reduction or an enlargement. Here, because K equals 1/2, we're going to get a reduction, because when we multiply, we're going to be multiplying by 1/2. So 6 times 1/2. That's the same thing as 6 divided by 2, which is 3. 2 times 1/2. That's the same thing as 2 divided by 2, which is 1. B prime. 2 times 1/2. Again, that's the same thing as 2 times 1/2 is the same thing as 2 divided by 2, which is 1. -1 times 1/2 is simply -1/2. So we have a fraction. That's not a problem. I know some students shy away from fractions, but it's ultimately not going to cause a problem, especially since we don't have to graph it. And then point C, -3 times 1/2 is -3/2. And 2 times 1/2 is 1. We have our points A, prime, B prime, and C prime. So again, if K is bigger than 1, as it was up here, notice our shape got bigger. That's an enlargement. The general shape itself should stay pretty much the same. Our first triangle ABC was very long and skinny, so A prime, B prime, C prime should be long and skinny. Down here, K was 1/2. That's a reduction because it's less than 1, so your numbers are getting smaller. If we were to graph them, the shape itself would have gotten smaller.